Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Fairview Aggies head football coach, George Redding Jr., powered by Campus Traditions. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in to the first ever Fairview Football Coach Speak. Good to see you, Coach Redding.
Good to see you. Appreciate you guys being here.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about this team. You've been around them now. Well, you've been around them all year, but as far as fall practice, you started about a week and a half ago. You're starting to get a feel for this team. Tell us what the makeup is, would you say, of the team?
You know, it's every team's different. Every year's different, and I think the key is for each team to kind of find who they're going to be and kind of get that chemistry set. It's a good group. It's a group coming back off of a good year last year. We had 6 seniors last year. It's a small senior class, but those 6 really impacted our team. So, this year already we're trying to figure out a few new roles, but also some of those guys that were on last year's team that were juniors are now seniors.
Yes.
And they're in different leadership roles.
Right.
So we're excited about this group, but at the same time we're still trying to find ourselves.
Okay, gotcha. So kind of a similar question, but give us a couple of 3 adjectives that you would say describe what you've seen so far.
Yeah.
Are they gritty or are they young?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
These kids are tough.
Okay.
They're tough and they're competitive.
Nice.
But at the same time, we're inconsistent.
Yeah.
And that comes sometimes from being early, but also comes from being in new roles.
Right.
And as tough and as competitive as they are, they also understand inconsistency is not a good thing.
Right.
So we're still working. We're still trying to find ourselves, but we're getting better every day.
Good deal. So who are some of you mentioned leadership a second ago.
Yeah.
Who are some of the leaders on this team that have kind of popped up to this point?
Well, we got Andrew and Avery Latham up front. Those are guys that are seasoned veterans up front on the offense and defensive line.
Right.
They've done a really good job of coming in and being a loud voice. We have our running back, Jake Harper. He plays also as a stack linebacker. He's
Sure.
a 2-year starter. Our quarterback's back, Colt Redding. He's a safety, also plays the quarterback position. Colby Bentley also has really done a good job. He plays mostly defense, and he's also helping us a little bit on our offensive line. Those are just a few, and we've got some juniors that we have really challenged to really step up. We truly believe that you don't have to be a senior to be a leader, but the best teams have great senior leadership.
Sure.
So we're really trying to promote that with our guys. We want great senior leadership, but we're looking for our young guys to step up and have a voice.
Okay. So looking at the different position groups, what are you seeing from them?
Well, growth. We lost a couple receivers, so we got some new guys in those positions. Nice. And they're working hard on trying to come in and try to find their niche, learning what they got to do, what they got to bring to the table to help us be successful. We got some, and again, we still have lots of returning guys, and I think for us with our different groups, we've got some position groups that, again, like we said, have showed some inconsistency so far. So there's been a little frustration with guys who are returning that are seasoned,
right,
versus some guys that are in new roles. Yeah. And finding that mesh point is going to be very important for us. But I do feel like every day we've kind of taken steps closer to that, so that those different position groups are working and leaning on one another. Because one thing that we've learned, no matter how long you've played, you may be able to do it well, but you're going to need that guy beside you.
Right, gotcha. So don't want to leave out the staff. I know you've been here a long time, but I know that coaching can be kind of volatile. People will move on, move up, move out. How's your staff looking? Have you had any changes in the off season?
Well, we're probably understaffed more than most teams around. It is what it is. We take pride in this is what we got. We're going to go to war with it.
Right.
And our staff does a tremendous job. Brian Simmons, he's actually our defensive coordinator, and he's been with me for 19 years.
Fantastic.
And I'm going to be honest, it's such an honor to be with him, because loyalty and for someone to stick it out that long, it's just not happening this day and time, especially in the coaching world. We usually get coaches that maybe hang around for a few years and they get out. But for someone to be in an assistant role and to serve and be loyal for that long, I think it's just hands down tremendous. Mason Black, who played for us a few years ago, he's been with us for about 5 years now. Logan Baird, our offensive line and special teams coordinator, has been with us for 4 years now. And also John Stedman, he's our D-line coach. He's been with us for 4 years now.
Okay.
And that's it. It's 5-man staff.
All right.
We pull double duty on both sides of the ball. But we all, the thing is, we asked our kids to do that. We have a lot of kids that play both ways. They have to learn both sides of the football.
Yeah.
And that's tough. But we understand that as coaches, we're willing to do that. We ask our players to do it. It's kind of a blueprint for us. And so we just lean on each other, and we just try to show up and be consistent, work hard every day.
Well, and the beautiful thing is you've got a stable staff, and that is rare, like you said. Good deal. So your first game is this Friday night at Fultondale. Now, that's probably going to be a tall task. What do you expect to see from the Fultondale Wildcats?
Probably the biggest thing is just a lot of the uncertainty. Okay, we know they have a brand new staff.
Yes.
So we're going into it somewhat blind, not sure exactly what all they're going to do offensively, defensively. We don't have a lot of film to work off of, to study off of. So we know they're going to be a very athletic group. And I'm sure overall team speed is going to be at a high level based on some film we saw from last year, even though we don't know what scheme. So we're really having to lean on us, which we take pride in that. We try not to spend too much time worrying about the other team other than knowing schematically and what the game plan is. But it's so important for us to be who we are and really just focus on us to make sure we're doing things at a high level. And I think this week that's going to be even more important, just because we don't have some things that we normally could lean on a little bit with film study. But what a challenge it's going to be. Again, overall team speed, we think Fultondale is going to bring that playoff type speed, which is very, very important. So we're excited for the challenge.
Okay, all righty. So this last question might be a little unfair because we're sitting in preseason, even though it's a few days off. We're right at Friday. But give us kind of an overall prediction of what you think you'll see this season.
I tell you what, I'll be disappointed if I don't see a group of young men who fight like crazy to protect their school and their community. That is our blueprint here.
Yes.
And I believe that this group wants that. Even with some of the inconsistencies that we're seeing right now, they're working hard on trying to figure that out.
Sure.
And and I think there's going to be a group that's going to show up every Friday night and just give everything they got. And I'm going to be honest, like when a group of young men do that, man, they're fun to watch.
Yes,
and we challenge our guys that each and every Friday night, no matter where we're at, when people leave the stadium, I want them to say, I don't know what they got, but I want some of that.
Right.
And so hopefully that's what we bring to the table this year.
Okay, good deal. Well, Coach, that's our show. First one in the books.
Awesome.
And we look forward to seeing what the Aggies are going to do this fall. Certainly appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
And we will be back. A little program note here. If you've ever watched a PrepsNet show before, a Coach Speak show, we did them last year every week. This year we're doing more shows, more teams, so therefore we're going to an every other week format. So be sure to look for us in a couple of weeks. And you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and on PrepsNet.com. Thanks for watching.